right. We are back. This is day one of them of this series. Was it's 18? Yeah, 18. Today I was looking through old files on the computer, or it's technically yesterday. It's just I had some issues with audio, so I couldn't end up getting it out yesterday. Right. But what this is based on is the like little night guy. I have my profile picture. I drew him like easily 5 6 years ago, and so I wanted to redraw him. I wanted to redraw him just in case, just to see how far I've come, right? I think it was a very fun endeavor. It was a very interesting, and I think I finally got good enough to kind of realize like what he's almost like what I was trying to get at the first time. Because the reason why I chose like this like Crusader Knight kind of looking dude was that he was easy to draw. I mean, in the nicest ways possible. I mean, it's a bunch of like rectangles and stuff, and so it's super fun and super easy to draw. It was something I was also really like drawing back in the day. Yeah, so I mean, obviously wasn't the best quality back then, but that's the whole point of the series, isn't it? Um, but yeah, so I was also trying to kind of revamp what he looked like because I'll obviously show at the end what like the original drawing is, but it's just so basic, it's so boring, it's just so eh, right? Um like there were some parts of it that I like, but overall, I mean it just kind of doesn't live up to what I think it could have been, and I think this does a much better job. I also really like the perspective I used in this. I like having the sword be super close, and then having like the cape flow outwards, like all of this stuff I think really adds to a feeling of, I guess, like action and depth in the shot, Um, you can hear I'm just trying to like map what exactly the what it would look like. And I ended up messing with the feet here a lot because I was trying to think like if I have my arm out that far, how do I like realistically how would my hips be turned? How would my like legs have to be stand like how would I have to do that in order for it to work while still filling up enough of the screen to be dynamic? And that was a fun problem to try to solve, and I think I did a decent job. I will say the one part I did get pretty lazy here with was the shoes. Mostly just because, okay, I would like you to go to Google, go look up what knights look like, right? Or like fantasy knights. Their shoes look stupid. mean, I mean in the nicest way possible. I mean they look dumb. All right, they look stupid, and so I didn't really feel like bothering with it if I'm being honest. But yeah, so I went with like for the leg design, I went with like this. It's like a leg padding. Because originally I was gonna do more just like two pieces of plate armor, but then I was like, it's almost like because I guess I was looking at actual pieces of armor and it has like the skirt thing that follows. I guess that's the best way to put it. And it looks very. I guess it kind of fills out the look, and it also means I don't have to draw his legs as well. So I can see here I'm just consistently fiddling with the legs, and I will say the arm was pretty much spot on from the start. The head does have to be rearranged, but what are you gonna do about it? Um, but yeah, again, I mean, I really wish there was a cooler story as to why I chose them. Um, I mean, it's the same thing with the reason why I chose Gideon Jammer as like a tag. It's just kind of like, it seemed cool. Like, seemed cool when I was making a Twitch channel, however many years ago. But whatever. But yeah, no. So you can see here, I'm trying to like angle the feet in a certain way, which is I mean, obviously that's just kind of it's tough to do. But yeah, no, still fun. Again, like I was trying to reuse the same concept that I had in the last one, where I was trying to draw Omni Man and having that head like trying to draw the shape of it rather than necessarily drawing like what I'm seeing, which I think ended up helping out because I didn't really have a reference picture for this, which uh, you know definitely lends to it. I will say, even though I think it's proportionally accurate, it doesn't feel proportionally accurate. In this really weird way, because it just kind of feels like he is. I don't know. He just feels short. He just feels small. Like he feels very. It just doesn't feel like full. Um, and so I don't know. It's just a very. It's a very like oddly specific thing. I ended up going with a much with a dark red, and then having black as the chest, and then reusing some of the gold from the original drawing. I want to generally keep the same color palette, but then I used a much grayer version of the red for like the feet and stuff, just because I needed some more visual clarity. Um, yeah, no, because again, basically the I don't know. I mean, my favorite color has always been red. I've just always really liked it, and so you can see that that definitely influenced the design back when I was in middle school. But yeah, so now getting into the shading here. I generally try to go over with one color and then kind of adjust accordingly. I will say in terms of the sword here, I do wish I had drawn the actual back of it a little better, but you know, it's I mean it's whatever. It's not like a huge detail, but it just with how prominent it is, I kind of wish I spent a little more time on it. Because again, this was recorded like, yesterday, like the actual the voiceover was being recorded today. So whatever. Mostly because I was again, it was just so late by the time that I would have been able to record it that I was like, this ain't worth it. Yeah. So like, I'm gonna try to shoot for some earlier uploads. You know, like this 8, like trying to get closer to that, like 8 o'clock time slot, just because I think it. I don't know. I think it'll do a lot better, at least in terms of people watching it. Because normally when I upload like 11, it's just like people ain't up in the nicest way possible. But yeah, no. So you can see here, I really, I mean, it was really, really tough trying to get this cape in the right way. At least in a way that felt like, I don't know, I guess it just felt full, felt nice, felt interesting. But outside of that, I think especially with how dark the colors were, it was definitely fun to try to work with all the different dark colors and then still like have this, have this, I don't know, still have it feel like it has enough contrast to still work. And then yeah, and then I'm washing over it with like this like white aura. I guess is the best way to put it. Um, just because I mean, I think it needed a little more visual clarity. So throwing in some of this white to almost, I guess, almost like what would you call that? What like I guess make it pop. I guess is the best way to put that. And you can see here, I'm just kind of going over with the black because I think having that swiping motion, it'd be fine if this was like a panel of something, but it's not, so it's like whatever. And you can see there, I'm redoing my signature 18 times. But yeah, no, I mean, this was super fun to see like the art progress. And so yeah, that was what it looked like however long ago when I made this. I mean, again, super flat, super like geometric. It doesn't even look like horrible considering, but it's just like, I mean, you look at them now, I mean, it's not even close. I fell off. This looks, I looked way better back then. Disregard the fact that it doesn't have part of a neck. Like, it's just, there's so many, there's just, I don't know. But yeah, no, again, I really like because I think I still kept a lot of the more key notes of it while still revamping it enough to still be fun to draw and still interesting enough today. But yeah, also I think I might switch my upload schedule instead of doing like every day. I might do like every other day, like something more like akin to that. Just because, I mean, it just feels weird to like rushing home and doing all this. It's just, eh. Especially when it's like I'm just doing this for myself. So like, why am I worried about? I gotta make sure I get consistent uploads, blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't really think I need to be hounding myself on it. But I don't know. I guess if this video gets 100 bajillion views, then I'll make sure to I'll make sure to upload every day, twice a day, thrice a day, minimum 8 times a day. But yeah, no. So this was again a super fun one to draw. And I would like to thank y'all all for watching. Again, this was more of a personal thing. So if you have anything that's more like, you know, pop culture related or this related or that related, um, just make sure to leave it in the comments below. So with that, again, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, yada yada, and I'll see you tomorrow.